Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. Just getting up this morning, just finishing my breakfast this morning, rather. Having some coffee, just thinking about the day. It's been a while since I've been on here doing some recordings. I guess, a week exactly, maybe, since I've done any recordings. And that comes down to the fact that I was on vacation. And when I was on vacation, I didn't want to do anything other than enjoy my vacation, which meant some day trips. It meant some naps. It meant some cooking and cleaning and even a little bit of photography. Shot a few rolls of film during the vacation period. Went back to my Korean hometown, so to speak, and it was super hot that day. And I had originally intended to stay overnight. So I drove in on a Sunday, got there around lunchtime, a little after lunchtime, I guess it was when I got there, and just wanted to take a walk around and look and take some pictures, and was going to get a hotel room and stay overnight and then get up on Monday morning, take some more pictures and things, and then come back. That was the plan, but the plan didn't turn out. But at the same time, I'm not disappointed. I wasn't mad or angry or anything. I actually, it was nice to do what I had done, and it gave me some thoughts and ideas for going back in the future. So the way it all went down was I went there and I immediately went to the motel that I stayed in when I first got to Korea, and when I first moved there. And so I go there and it's vacant, it's empty or whatever, maybe like one car in the parking lot, and that was probably the owner's, something like that. And I walk in and I ask for the room rate for the night. I said, do you have any rooms tonight? Yes. How much is it for tonight? And they came back and hit me with $120, basically. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I just turned around and just walked out. Because there's no reason that motel, this isn't a hotel, it's a motel, should have been, $120 a night. Normally, and I know this because I've looked at going back several times in the last few months, and normally it is $50 a night, which is completely fair, completely fair, completely normal. And I know that they're like, oh, well, it's summertime, it's peak travel season and everything, but nobody's going to this town. They really aren't. I mean, people go there, but it's like, it's one of those places where it's literally a stop on the map for tourist groups. And what I mean, stop on the map for tourist groups, there's a famous cave there. And it's not even in the town. It's, in between two towns, but it's claimed by this town and area, really. And so anyway, tour groups go there to this cave, and they might make their way into town for like lunch or something and then continue on elsewhere. So it's not that big of a tourist area. So anyway, but with all of that said, in my opinion, it's a awesome little town. Like I really enjoyed my first year there. To be quite honest, looking back on it, I probably didn't appreciate my first year as much as I should have there. And that was because I was younger. I was still in my late 20s at the time, and I was basically trying to get to the town where some friends lived and things like that. And so, now with all of that said, I did enjoy my time there, and I spent a lot of my time there. Like, my first year, I didn't really travel a whole lot. Outside of going on some trips to Seoul, via train, that was pretty much most of my traveling. Like, the other towns, the small towns around on either side, but that was it. So didn't travel a lot my first year. So I did spend most of my time there. But yeah, so that's how I started my vacation last week, was by going to this place. And I did shoot one roll of film when I was there, like I said, and shot one roll of film, got it developed, came home, scanned it, and actually got some other film that I had shot, maybe 6 months ago. Finally got some of it developed, some film that I shot back during the late winter, early spring. Some film that I shot last year. It had been sitting there for a year, got it developed. So finally catching up on some of my C41 that I hadn't, finished shooting and stuff, because I'm primarily a black and white shooter. I mean, that's what I normally shoot. So anyway, so that's kind of what I did. But yeah, so back to this week. Today is the day that I go back into the office. I punch that clock again. So that's a little bit disappointing. Well, I say a little bit disappointing. It's rather disappointing. 5 days, and when I say 5 days, 5 work days plus 2 weekends. So 9 days total. It's, it's not enough anymore, like, really, to recover, in my opinion. And I say it's not enough to recover anymore. What I mean by that is, when I was younger, I used to be much more active, say on the weekends or at night or things like that, because, I could go out and I could go to work and I could come home and I would still have an excess of energy. And that's not the way it is anymore. It's like I go to work, I come home, I don't have an excess of energy anymore. I don't, the weekend, a lot of the time, it's Sunday before I actually want to even get out and do anything, which means Saturday is already gone. At night, I don't want to do anything, period, other than watch TV for a couple of hours, eat some dinner, maybe take a walk. If the weather's nice, I'll go out and take a walk or something for 30 minutes or whatever. And then, take a shower and go to bed. Like, that's the way life is these days. But, it's not bad. It's just I don't have the energy that I used to have. So, and that happens. So that's why, like, 9 days off just sort of isn't enough, because about the time you start to enjoy that time off, and start to recover, you're like, okay, well, time to go back into work again. So, I just need a longer break. And, which is what I get in the wintertime. Wintertime is nice. I get that longer break when I go home and visit my family. So that's actually cool. But yeah, so that's kind of a little bit of a recap of what I've done over the last week or so. And I'll tell you more about it. Like, I plan to go back in the future and everything and visit again. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up right there and catch you next time. Peace.